Hello, my name is Erika. I live in Auburn, and Lauren has asked me to share about a time when the Lord was faithful to me in the midst of a challenging season. And this was a little hard to come up with because I feel like there are so many examples of the Lord's faithfulness to me throughout my life. But the time that I want to share with you is way back in my childhood, actually one of my earliest memories. My parents are missionaries, and at the time we were living in Yugoslavia, which is in Eastern Europe. It was in Eastern Europe. It's no longer, doesn't exist anymore. But because during the 90s there was a civil war there, and that's when we were there. I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I remember there was an air raid siren that went off, so I think my dad was gone. I think he was at the office, and my mom put us under the big concrete staircase in our house, and we had blankets and pillows and toys and games and stuff and a lantern and everything. The thing that I remember the most about that time, though, is my mom would sing a song with us, and I don't even know how the song goes anymore, but the words were just, "When I am afraid, I will trust in you." And that's right out of Psalm 56:3. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. And thinking back to that time, how during that scary season, I was learning from a very young age to put my trust in the Lord and not to look at the circumstances around me and the reasons to be afraid or anxious, but to trust. And that has carried me through so much of my life. And obviously it's an ongoing process, but the Lord has so many times proven himself trustworthy to me when I let go of fear and worry and I put my trust in him. And he's never not come through for me. He's never not shown up when I needed him. And that's what I want to share, is just how the Lord is absolutely trustworthy, and he's faithful to come through when we need him the most. And even just recently, I just had a baby at the end of March, and that was a potentially scary time to have a baby. And once again, I had to learn in a new way, or in a fresh way, how to let go of my fear and anxiety and throw myself upon the Lord, because he cares for me and he is faithful. And he brought me through that time, just like he brought my family through the time during the war. And that's what I want to talk about, is trust. Isaiah 26:3 says that you keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. And just think of that little girl who didn't feel afraid because she would look at her parents during what could be something scary going on, but her parents were not afraid. At least, I don't know what they were feeling, but they weren't showing any fear. So I would look at my parents and I'd be like, oh, they're okay, so I'm okay too. And that's how a little kid is. Their hearts are at peace and at ease when they see their father and their mother also at peace. And that's what I want to encourage you with. The Lord will keep us in perfect peace when our minds are on him, and because our hearts trust in him, and he is a safe place, and he is trustworthy, and we know that. And maybe you haven't experienced that for yourself, but I encourage you to put your trust in the Lord during this strange time where maybe you're facing depression or anxiety or fear or whatever it is, isolation, even just the isolation that some people are experiencing right now. Whatever it is, the Lord is absolutely trustworthy, And he wants to prove himself faithful to you during a challenging time. And Lauren has asked so many different people to share about their testimonies of the Lord's faithfulness. And he doesn't just show up for special people. He wants to be there for each and every one of you. And your trust can become your weapon, your greatest weapon in this time. And I just want to encourage you with that there is no other way to get rid of the fear and the anxiety except to put your hope and your trust in the Lord, and to remind yourself daily or by the minute if necessary that he is good and that he loves you and that he is 100% trustworthy. So I hope this was helpful, and if there's anything you need, or if you need prayer or anything, you can reach out to anybody on the Hope is Alive page, and there are resources there for people willing to pray with you, to talk to you. So you aren't alone during this time. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week.